YouTube, I'm back again. I'm Adrian the Barber. In today's video, we're doing another man weave. This time I'll be doing a scalp exposure unit. It's going to be a little bit longer than the first scalp exposure unit I did. And I'm going to be throwing the part in there, so I'll be showing you guys how to do that. So go ahead and stay tuned. We're going to jump right into this video. But before we jump into this video, I want to tell you guys that a lot of people are interested in taking live classes, hands-on training. So with that, I've set up a tour. If you go to my website, adrianthebarber.com, you can see all my stops starting February 24th. We'll be in Chicago. So go ahead and get over to the site, register. If you guys got comments, make sure you message me on Instagram or leave me a comment here on YouTube, and I'll try to get back to you if I can. But definitely get over to the website, check out the class dates, check out the locations I'm going to be at. Go ahead and register. I'm going to be showing you guys a lot of different stuff that they don't show in any other classes, and I'm giving it for the best price there is. I'm still throwing out the free tutorials here on YouTube, but at the same time, I got a lot of people that are interested in hands-on training. So I'm going to travel around to you to do the hands-on training. I'm going to teach you guys everything you guys need to know about men's hair replacements. And in these classes, I'll be showing you guys how to work with the lace units. I haven't got there yet on YouTube, but eventually I'll be at that point. As well as showing you guys some specialty units, a little bit more than just the afro and the low units. I'm going to show you guys, I'm probably going to do things like braids, man buns, all different types of stuff. So definitely don't want to miss the classes. So get over to my website, register. But I'm not going to hold you guys anymore. Let's go ahead and get into this video. So let's go ahead and jump into it. First step is I'm going to take my eyeliner pencil. I'm going to create my client's hairline. With this particular client, if you watched the wave video I did with them, you knew that he already had somewhat of a natural hairline. It was really just fading. And so what I did, I just used his natural hairline. So I'm not going to create something that it wasn't at one point. So I'm just going to use his natural hairline, and I'm just going to lightly make a hairline. Again, you can use any color pencil you want. You can use brown, black, white. You'll see in my videos I use a variety of different colors. I mean, not a variety, but it's usually either brown, black, or white. And then when you get into the point to lay hair, you always want to make sure you dim that line up some, and that's something that I did forget to do in this video. You'll see I still get the eyeliner pencil off. It's just a little bit extra work to get that off. So after I go ahead and I create this hairline, I'm going to shave it down second. Sometimes you can shave it down first if your client doesn't already have a natural hairline. Only reason I shaved it down second is because I wanted to trace his natural hairline that he had, and then go ahead and I'm just going to bald out the area. So his hair right here, this is a really good length, especially for people that are out there that are watching this video that want to get a man weave or a hair replacement. The more hair you have, the more options you have. And so that's why a lot of times if you're talking to me or you're talking to other people that do hair replacements, they're going to tell you, they want you to grow your hair out to a certain length for the most part, just because it's going to increase the options you can do when it comes to their haircut as well as the hairstyle. So I'm going to put a part in his head. So basically all I'm doing is I'm just tracing out exactly how I want that part. And then I'm going to get into my glue, and with my glue I'm just going to glue everything around this white line. Now I'm going to take my electrical tape. If you guys got any questions about any products I use in this video, everything is linked down in the description below. So you can go there, it has the Amazon links. It's going to get you the products for the cheapest price you can find. So just put electrical tape around the hairline. And again, like I just said previously, before you get to this part, it's always good to wipe down that white line and just make it really like a faint line. Again, I forgot to do it in this video. Sometimes when I'm recording, I get a little bit ahead of myself. Also for this video, I'm using a different type of lace wig bond. I'm not using the ghost bond. Again, I wanted to show you guys different products that you can use and how they work. Now, I did a product review video about the best adhesives for men hair replacements, and this was the Super Bond Hold. And with this, you're gonna see it doesn't smooth over as easy as the Ghost Bond does, and that's really part why I don't like using it. I don't think that these lace wig glues like this and the 30-second Salon Pro really made to cover the whole head. I think they were made more for just gluing down wigs and gluing down lace units. Where you're just really gluing in spots to get glue to hold, because these glues have great holds, but like I said, they don't smooth over as well, and then there's some other characteristics I really don't like about them as well. Also, this glue dries really fast, so you really don't have a lot of time to sit around and and wait before you place hair down on it. So with your electrical tape, right when you get that glue over that electrical tape to create your hairline, you want to get it off as fast as possible, so that way that glue doesn't start to dry over the tape. Because then once you do that and you pull that tape, then that glue is going to pull back and you're not going to have a straight line. So you can see that the glue doesn't spread as easily as the Ghost Bond does. Again, like I said, it has a really good hold. This glue actually says that it's waterproof, but I don't recommend to my clients to go take a shower or anything like that, just because it'll affect the hair. Now for this unit, I probably use, I'd say, almost a half tube of this glue to cover this area of recession. And it comes with this little wooden stick, so you can just spread it around. And you see where my white line is with my part, I'm not getting any glue on that part because I want to be able to go through after I lay the hair and cut that part into the head. So I'm just going around it. If you're making straight parts and stuff like that, you can use electrical tape to make that part as well. So after you remove your electrical tape, I'm gonna take my Cuban twist hair. And this unit, this is one of the faster units to do. There's not a lot of steps to it. That's one thing I do like about it, but at the same time, they don't hold up as long as a lot of the other units. This is probably the unit that doesn't hold up the longest. Like I said, probably average like 2 to 3 weeks out of this one. And what I'm doing, I'm just laying the hair back just in rows, sort of overlapping them just a little bit, just so I don't have any spaces in between. But as soon as I remove that electrical tape, I'm gonna start placing this hair because, like I said, this glue dries really fast, so you want to get to it before it dries. So you see, I'm just laying a strand at a time, and I'm going and I'm just making sure that I get the hairs down into the glue well, so I'll just pat it down a little bit. So with a unit like this, you can either cut the hair first or you can lay the hair first. For instance, I laid the hair first in this video just because, again, I want to get the hair laid and then cut it down and then be able to see where all the synthetic hair is compared to the natural hair. So that way I know exactly what I want to do when I go down to cut his hair. Now when you're doing these units, clients are going to look a little crazy. You have this big puff ball of hair on their head. So after you get all the hair laid down, you're just gonna compress it down into the glue as best you can. You just use your hands and really just go around and press. Make sure you got all those hairs secured into the glue well, every single strand. After you do that, you just take some shears. And you can just go in. I'm just gonna cut off all the tails because I'm getting ready to put the black stocking cap on. And so I don't want to have all that extra hair under the black stocking cap. So you can get somebody to help you. You can do it yourself. You can even have your client grab the cap on the other side. And you see how I just went totally around the hair. Got the cap on it perfect. I didn't want the cap to pull any of the hair at all because that glue's still not 100% dry. So spread that cap out well, get it down on the head. And then you're gonna take your blow dryer and you can just tap the blow dryer on this and let it sit for, I'll say, about 10 minutes. And what this cap is doing is just compressing that hair down into that glue, making sure that we get a solid hold. Again, I'm gonna continue to put these tutorials up, but at the same time, like I said, I will be coming to a city near you. So if you're interested in doing some hands-on training with myself and Lou Barber, I'm bringing Lou along with me to every stop we make. So if you're interested in doing some hands-on training, make sure you get over to the website and check out the dates where I'll be in a city near you. And you can register and everything right there on the site. So after you cut that cap off, don't pull it off because, again, you don't want to pull any of the hair. So what we're going to do is just cut it off his head. And then we're going to take our, I'm using my wall magic clips right here. any clippers that you prefer. I always tell people to use clippers that are old and clippers you don't use, because the synthetic hair will really start to wear away at those blades, and you'll be replacing blades sooner than you like. So you're just gonna go around and you're gonna trim down all the synthetic hair that you laid on the head. So after, like I said, you'll let that cap sit on it for about 10 minutes. You wanna make sure that's completely dry. If it's not completely dry, if your clippers get stuck at all in the hair, you can catch yourself pulling hair out and gapping the client, and then you'll be going back, putting more glue down and patching spots up. So we wanna try to avoid patching up spots as best we can. You see me here, I'm just taking off a little at a time, skimming over the top. There's no specific direction you have to cut in. You can cut either way you want. You can cut with the grain, against the grain. This is synthetic hair, so you're not gonna make any mistakes. My advice is just take off as little as possible, especially when you're blending down into the natural hair. You don't wanna accidentally gap that natural hair at all. So just, it's really easy to get lost too in figuring out what's the real hair, what's the synthetic hair sometimes at the point where they meet. Especially when these hairs match up really well and it looks really natural. Again, just work in sections and just trim it down. And make sure you get a nice even layer all the way around. I always suggest people use your mirror, because like I said, even in my haircut videos, I always tell people, use your mirror. Your mirror's never gonna lie. It's gonna show you exactly what you need to cut. It's the same thing with the synthetic hair. When you look in the mirror, you'll be able to see patches that you may have missed. And so you can go back and you can hit those patches that maybe you wouldn't see with your naked eye. Also, if you guys are going to be in LA in March for BarberCon, make sure you hit me up, man. I'd like to meet up with some people out there, do a little networking. I'll be out there March 1st through the 3rd, so make sure you get at me on Instagram. And now after I get that hair and I get it cut down to exactly how I want it, all I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna go in and start the haircut. So now I know exactly where my synthetic hair is. That's the first thing to recognize. And then you can decide what type of haircut you wanna do. With him, I'm just doing like a low fade, low ball fade. And I'm gonna start with my 1.5 guard, and I'm gonna come down. So really what I'm doing right here is just creating a solid base that I'm gonna blend into, because his hair was a little bit longer. So I wanna make sure I can get a clean fade going up into the top of the synthetic hair. Making sure I get a nice smooth base that I want to fade into. It's always something I teach in my haircut tutorials I do, is you always want to make sure that you have a good platform that you're going to fade into, and you're not fading into this nappy hair. So I'm gonna, after I have my first initial guideline, I'm just going to take my magic clip, open them all the way up, and I'm just going to make a second line. And I got my 1/16 guard on. I'm just gonna go in, I'm gonna start to blend that out. So I'm gonna start with these clippers all the way closed. And basically I'm just gonna work them open. So I'm gonna go through with them all the way closed. Now I work them halfway open. And I'm just blending out that weight line. And now I'm gonna go and I'm gonna work them all the way open. So I work my way down, work my way back, open them all the way up. Work these, the same exact technique, keep my clippers flush to his head, and just blending out that weight line as best as possible. Again, when it comes to fading, I know there's a lot of people that message me saying that they don't know how to cut hair, but they want to do the unit. Cutting hair is a big part of the units. If you don't know how to cut hair, your units aren't going to look good. Again, like I said, it's just something that you want to get some practice at and become efficient when it comes to fading. And depending on the unit, depending on the client, sometimes it's easier to cut the hair first and then lay the hair. It's just one of those things that once you get into the units, And the more you do, the more you'll be able to pick up on when should I cut this person's hair or when should I, lay the hair first. So I have my number 1 guard on. Using the same exact technique, just starting with it closed, and I'm just gonna work it open. So I was halfway right there. Now I got them all the way open. And I'm working it back into that 1.5 that I had on before. So now I got my 1.5 closed, and I'm just gonna blend this up into the top now. Same technique, clipper flush to the head. Using mostly wrist, just flick of the wrist to blend out that weight line. And now, after I get done with that, I'm going to take my clippers with no guard on. I'm going to go in and I'm just going to blend out that bottom initial guideline I made with my detailers. And to blend this line out, if you made a line with your detailers, my magic clips, I got the blade adjusted on them so they cut really sharp. So that way I'm able to take out those lines I'm making my detailers. Most clippers, like straight out the box, if you don't have adjusted blades on them, they're not going to be able to take that detailer line out. And now after I get the fade done, I'm just gonna go ahead, I'm gonna take my detailers and I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna start the lineup process now. So basically when you get to this part, you're gonna be doing the same thing you do, it just becomes a regular haircut. So I faded them, now I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna line them up. And then the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit the part. Like I explained earlier in the video, that white line you use or you make with your eyeliner pencil, it's always best to try to fade that away as best as possible and then put the hair and stuff on. Like I said, in this video, I didn't fade it away that much. I'm still gonna get it off, but like I said, it's just gonna be one extra step of work that I'm gonna have to do. And if you can get that off before, then you're not gonna have that problem having to go back and worry about wiping that white line away. So with this, where I had that electrical tape, where I created that hairline, I'm just cutting all the way back to that. So don't leave anything, don't leave any hair, because you'll have hair that lays over that line. Don't line up the hair and leave some where there's no glue, otherwise that little front will flap up. So make sure you line it up all the way back to the glue. And then after you get done with the regular hairline, you can go in. You'll see my clippers will wipe away a lot of that white line that I created with the eyeliner pencil. And so where that eyeliner pencil marker was, there was no glue. So that's going to be the only place I'm able to make this part. So I'm basically just going to cut out that where there's no hair sticking at. Anywhere that there's hair sticking, you're not going to be able to cut the hair. There's one question I've got a lot. People have asked, why can't I just cut the hair with a guard down? If you try to put a guard on your clipper and cut this hair down when you're trimming it up, it's gonna get stuck in the glue, it's gonna get stuck in the hair, and you're gonna have a mess. You're gonna be stuck redoing the whole unit. So I'm just going to continue to use the corners of my clippers, just cutting out that spot where there's no glue, making that part. Making parts is easy. You can really do any design with this. All you have to do is either draw your design out and then go around it like I did, not spreading glue in it, or else use electrical tape. If you got a lot of straight lines, like you do some straight line designs, you can use electrical tape, cut it out how you want, put it down, put the glue on top of that, and then remove the tape, and then lay the hair. It sounds like a long process. But here I just got my airbrush, got my Kiss Express mixed with rubbing alcohol. It's a 50-50 mix. It's another big question a lot of people ask is what's in my air gun. Again, just black Kiss Express mix, half alcohol, half Kiss Express. And I'm just gonna go in and I'm gonna I'm not gonna use a lot of Kiss Express on this unit, just because the unit's already dark itself. So I'm gonna use a little and just hit some spots up. Just really define his hairline. The unit actually blended really well into his natural hair. It was almost a perfect match with the texture of hair compared to his real hair. So yeah, here's the final results. You can see how well blended, and he has his part. Because again, this is a scalp exposure unit with a curved part. So if you guys got questions, make sure you hit me up. I appreciate you guys tuning into this hair replacement video again. One more time, get over to my website, adrianthebarber.com, and get registered for class and come learn how to do hair replacements with me. But that's it for this video, and until the next one, every Monday and Thursday, you guys stay on the lookout. This has been Adrian the Barber, and I'm signing out.